So let's bring on board Harsh Rungta, CA Investment Advisor. He joins in. Harsh, hi, good afternoon. It's been a great success, the Reliance Mutual Fund CPSE ETF the last time. This time around, it's coming at a discount of 3.5% for retail participants. Is it a subscribe this time as well?
Well, I think the answer remains exactly the same as last time. This is a great way to take exposure to public sector enterprises, primarily as you can see in energy, transportation and logistics side. But for that, you should have an allocation for that. Typically, for a retail investor, you allocate, if you have a large equity portfolio, then maybe a certain portion you can allocate to thematic funds, and one of the themes that you might select is public sector enterprises. If you have that allocation, then yes, it's a very low cost way. There are just 6.5 basis points is the cost, and you get 3.5% discount. So as long as you have an allocation, it's a great way. The only issue is that very few retail investors are likely to have an allocation for something like public sector enterprises. You typically will get exposure to these companies when you are anyways taking large cap exposures. Those mutual funds anyway are likely to have those schemes are likely to have exposures to some of these companies in their portfolios.
Okay, Harsh, we've got a viewer query as well lined in. That, of course, was the opinion coming in Reliance Mutual Fund CPSE ETF round 2, or rather FPO2, I should say, which kickstarts on March 14. But S. Roopchand, Harsh, he's sent us a query. He's saying that he's expecting some FDs to mature, and he's saying he needs to park some funds for short duration until invested. He's saying, are there any safe suggestions for maximizing returns with zero exit load and minimal fund expenses as well? Would you say that at this point, perhaps some of the liquid funds, short-term duration, would I guess be the most prudent option?
I think for the very specific needs that he has, he clearly should not look beyond liquid funds. He's talking of short-term duration, so very clearly say maybe 30-45 days. And if the need is for an immediate encashment when he needs the money, I think liquid funds are best. It is futile to try and gain a few basis points here and there. It will really not make a difference on 30-45 days. So I think stick to liquid funds. Stick to liquid funds from larger fund houses. Stick to liquid funds that have a very large AUM. His fears primarily stem from some of the stories on some of the delays in repayment. I think probably on liquid funds he will not find this, and if he sticks to the large liquid funds from the large houses, there should not be any worry. Just stick to liquid funds, avoid any other kind of